probably know me from such bands as God Forbid, or Seven Dust, or
You're Racist.
So I wanted to get in touch with you guys today just because, you know, a lot of people have been asking me a bunch of different questions in regards to the new Our Fears album, when it's coming out, what's the band been up to, what's everyone doing, how are you doing, and I figured, let's just answer all these questions and get them on out there so you guys know what's going on. So without further ado, let's get to it. Where's the new friggin' album? God! Alright, chill. Chill, sit down, chill. The new album's coming, alright? It's been an uphill battle the entire way of getting this record done. There's been so many setbacks along the way with us getting this whole record recorded and put out there for you guys to hear it that we almost renamed the record Setbacks. Just to give you guys an understanding, at one point, while we were tracking guitars, I got tendonitis in my hand. Couldn't play anymore. I had to wear this big stupid thing on my arm. At another point in time, Dan broke his hand, so he couldn't play guitar. Along with that, we ended up going down the wrong avenues with the wrong people trying to get this record recorded and mixed. They ended up just kind of like dragging their feet and taking us for a ride, and it didn't really go anywhere and nowhere beneficial. So we finally got things on track in a manner of speaking, and you know, the ball's been rolling. There's still been things that have been taking place, like the studio flooded at one point, so that was fun. A billion other things. So, long story short, setbacks aside, the album's coming. Just bear with us, I promise. Worth it! What's the new album about? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, I don't want to give too much away because I figure I want to leave this whole record kind of open for your own interpretation. You can kind of make up your own understanding of what the record's about. But basically picture these two characters that are taking place within the story. A male character and a female character. Along the way, within their romantic relationship, they're coming across these hurdles of having to overcome depression, substance abuse, just anxiety, and all these other problems that are taking place. And, you know, long story short, or at least all the details aside, they end up back together They end up back together again at the end of the story. The middle stuff, that's for you to kind of decide what you want to take from it and, you know, make your own kind of visual for it. I'm pretty proud of the whole concept of this record. I think it came out pretty well organized and well structured and just like very fluent. So I'm excited for you. I hope you guys are excited as well. I guess we will find out.
How's life after the Hot Wing Challenge?
Well, life at this point in August is not so bad. Life the day of, the day after, the week after, and a little bit of the week after that of the Hot Wing Challenge was not great at all. So for those who don't know, the Hot Wing Challenge kind of was totally inspired by the show that's on YouTube called Hot Ones, hosted by Sean Evans. It's amazing. If you don't know what it is, you need to go check it out. But the premise is that he does interviews with celebrities and athletes, and as they go through the questions, they're eating hot wings that are progressively getting hotter and hotter and hotter as they go through all the questions. And if you couldn't tell from watching our little Hot Ones thing, as you get to the hotter wings, it becomes really, really hard to articulate your thoughts. So that was the idea that we had in mind. The problem is that we didn't take into account the level of hotness or the Scoville level of each hot sauce that we were utilizing. So on the original show, there's a slow, gradual incline up towards the end in terms of heat. For us, we didn't organize things that well. So it went from like meh to and so yeah, it felt like someone stabbed me in the stomach with a machete for a little while. It was not great, but we made it through.
Didn't your drummer move to Vegas? Is that why it's taking so long for this record?
Well, not exactly. I mean, it was a bump in the road, but it was a small bump. Because Tim moved to Vegas based on a job opportunity that none of us were going to tell him not to take. It was an amazing opportunity. So we were like, dude, do your thing. So he went out there, and as soon as he got himself settled in, he immediately contacted us and was like, okay, so when you're sending me tracks, you need to track drums. Let's go. Let's do it. And at one point, me and John went out and visited Tim out in Vegas just to try to help solidify some of the structural stuff going on. And also just to play some shows out there, which was like a really awesome time. I know now that I can't go to Nevada and bring jeans with me because I'm melted. It's like a Hershey bar on a hot sidewalk. But, you know, Tim's doing his thing and he's been helping out and it's been great. In the meantime, when Tim was unavailable, our buddy Anthony has been helping out with drums and just general percussion stuff. Because Anthony's awesome. And we've been fortunate enough to have two really great guys that are really great at the drums and helping out with the process and presentation of this whole record. Oh, dude, you gotta do it again. The shaker wasn't plugged in. Don't shake your head at me.
Excuse me?
Don't shake your fucking head at me.
Shake my fucking head at you.
So angry. You know, so, yeah. Now, the reason why it took so long was because of all the other factors. There's plenty of them, and I won't get into them here because we'll be here all day. Mac and cheese or pizza for the rest of your life? The answer is always going to be a bacon cheeseburger. And I don't want to say a bacon cheeseburger because I don't want to stop at just one. It should be multiple bacon cheeseburgers. And everyone's answer to that question should be bacon cheeseburgers, including vegans. So remember that.
Are there gonna be physical copies of the new album? I want you to sign my copy without having to write on my computer screen.
Oh, because digital. Yes, we're aiming to get some physical copies of the record printed. You know, definitely CDs. Maybe a little further down the road, we'll look into getting some
vinyl.
But yeah, you know, it's definitely something that we want to do. Right now, the main concern is just getting the record out there so that you guys can even hear it. So it'll definitely be on Spotify and all that other stuff. And then physical copies will follow soon after.
What kind of gear are you using for this album?
Well, in terms of gear, we're not doing anything out of the ordinary, nothing like crazy. We're just using kind of our stuff that we use for a live setting. We want the album to be a good representation of what we sound like in a live setting rather than being like the album sounds like one band and then you go and see us live and we're a completely different band. You know, when I'm home, I mess around with this stuff that I got here, but I really didn't use any of this stuff for the album. I just got a computer again, so I haven't been able to do anything or send any tracks to John in that case. But yeah, this amp is one that my dad bought when he was 17, and my dad's not 17 anymore, so it's very old. I don't want to bring it out of the house. I want to just keep it here and just love it in its own little space. There were some new additions that we added in terms of like effects and stuff like that to the mix. We were utilizing a Juno, the Roland Juno 88, I think that's what it is. But a very nice keyboard from Roland. And you know, we were utilizing that to get some string patches, some piano, organ, some other just like synthy stuff for, you know, a little more of an ambient feel in certain cases. And in other cases, be really upfront and be like a main focal point of the song. And there weren't any patches that we found that we were like, no, this sounds terrible now that we've heard it again. Everything sounded great, and it still does. It's great. And so I'm really glad that we were able to get our hands on that. Pedals and stuff like that, I didn't really incorporate anything new in my stuff. My board's just kind of been the same. I just kind of reordered things.
Okay, let's see. So. Oh, my fucking ears.
And Dan's got the Digitech drop down, and John's got the Digitech whammy for the bass. And that's not even for the album itself, really. At least not in Dan's case, it's really more for a live purpose. And you guys will see that when you come to our record release show on the 31st at Debonair Music Hall. But, yeah, so nothing too far off of the normal path that we usually take in terms of sound. So, yeah. Who's recording you guys? Well, for 99.9% of the songs that have been recorded, it's been John. You know, John decided very early on that he was up and totally down to take on the challenge of recording and mixing this entire record himself. And John does great work.
You didn't get that, the second snare hits in on the second half. You doing the
I hope you're filming that. You got him?
You know what I mean?
Fuck you. Go
but
ahead.
You know what I'm talking about.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Hit play.
As in, fuck me?
Hit the fucking button.
Do you want to hear it back or just do it?
Do it.
Did you get it?
Huh?
Did you get it?
Yeah.
You got it?
Recorded it and everything.
Oh, sick.
I didn't get it.
What the fuck, man? Come on.
I didn't get it. Just get it.
He's done a couple other bands from around the area, and the results were fantastic. But with this record in particular, we got to a certain point towards the end where it was like, we felt it might have been necessary to have a different set of ears available to take on just listening to and mixing the tracks. And that's when our good friend Stephen Kellner came into the mix. No pun intended. Yeah, so Steve is doing the mixing on the record, and John, he did a bang-up job of just recording everything, you know, meeting me in different locations, meeting me at different times of the day, any day, just because I'd like call him up and be like, hey, got an idea.
Now for my next trick, I'm gonna put the phone down, and I'm not gonna stop the video by doing that, like a fuckface. And with a little luck,
It's a video?
yeah,
I mean,
with a little luck, I'll even be in the picture.
you want to use my thing?
We could use your thing. Why don't we use your thing?
I was like, what are you doing?
John, give me your thing.
And he's always been cool about it. So, be that as it may, we're getting it done. Got it done. It's all done.
Hey, Miles. I heard you've been going through some stuff. You alright?
Yeah. I think I'm all right. I'm not perfect, and I don't think I ever was or will be. But I definitely have a better idea of how to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. So, yeah, I think I'm okay. But thank you for asking.
Miles, I care about you a lot, so I thought you should know that you're holding your guitar the wrong way.
Oh boy. All this time, huh? Damn. My life is a lie. Alright guys, well, I think that's all the time that I got for now. And, you know, if there's any other questions that weren't answered here that you would love to know the answer to, feel free to reach out to me, reach out to John, reach out to Dan. You can heckle Tim and Anthony if you'd like. They're all on Instagram. A couple people are on Twitter, definitely Facebook. Let's see, Tinder, probably. I don't know. But yeah, hit everyone up, feel free. And definitely come out to the show on the 31st, because it's going to be a blast. And I would love to see all of your lovely faces in the crowd as I yell and possibly spit on you. Not on purpose. I'll try not to spit. That's all for now, guys. Thank you all so much. Hope to see you soon. Stay tuned for the new record, because it's coming. It's coming! Had the whole thing done. Didn't have the microphone on.
Oh yeah, great.